everybody, welcome to SportsLife NYC, only on YesNetwork.com. I'm Christa Robinson. I'm in Prospect Heights, Brooklyn right now, where I'm about to head into Graig Kreindler's apartment. Graig is a huge Yankees fan. He's a true lover of the sport of baseball, but most importantly, he is an absolutely amazing artist. He takes the greatest moments of baseball history, he paints them onto a canvas, and let me tell you, when you see these paintings, you're gonna feel like you were actually at that game. He is that good. Graig Kreindler shares his love of the game with the world through his unbelievable talent, painting. Kreindler has painted all of the legends, and his work isn't just limited to baseball. He's also been commissioned to paint 2 book covers, and his work can also be seen in several museums. However, his art has been a hit with many collectors who appreciate the stunning detail and quality of his creations.
Well, with baseball in general, since it's really one of the, probably is the most visually documented sport in history, there's just so much to draw from. Watching games always gets me inspired to do paintings, even just current games. If I'm watching a Yankee game and watching Jeter play, I'm inspired to kind of pick up a brush and start painting. Not necessarily Jeter himself, but it'll just put me in the baseball mindset.
And it's not just Yankees, is it? I mean, I see a lot of Yankee paintings around here, but you do all baseball, right?
Right. I paint pretty much all baseball, especially on the major league level. It seems that I'm doing more Yankees paintings than not, but yeah, I try to do every team. I even try to do some of the old Negro League teams and
Cool.
some of the older teams from before the beginning of the 20th century and things like that.
You do mostly historical, is that correct?
Yes.
And why do you choose that era?
I think for me, the historical stuff really just tugs on my heartstrings more than modern stuff. I think that nostalgia is something that runs very big in my life personally, and I know that there are a lot of people who have all these great memories of baseball, and especially Yankees, of the past, and I guess I feel more connected with those people who have those wonderful memories of, Mickey Mantle and Roger Maris. That stuff seems more real and more lucid than, say, players of today.
For Graig, it's more than just about portraying a picture from a captured moment in sports history. It's about getting every detail of that moment right. His work not only consists of brush to canvas, but the research that is required to making that painting perfect.
Research is my life. It just never stops with the specific painting that I'm doing, like with the image itself. I spend hours and hours and hours on the internet, on baseball websites, through my many books that you see over there, even old newspapers, just reading, and watching videos, and just any kind of visual information that I can kind of extract from any of those things is really taking up, I'd say it's a good, half of it, half of the painting process itself. What I'm really trying to focus on is like an accurate portrayal of whatever moment that I'm painting. And for me, that not only means that, obviously I want, Mickey Mantle to look like Mickey Mantle, but I want everything to look right. I want, the stadium to look like it did not only on that particular year, but that particular day.
Graig is certainly inspired by a long love of baseball and sports. His family roots run deep, and that passion is evident in his art.
Kind of started out with my father being a Yankee fan. Growing up in Queens, his father was actually a Giants fan. Somehow he kind of fell into the pinstripes, and since he was born, late 40s, Yankee fan.
And you're Graig, that's a Graig. So take me through that backstory, obviously Graig Nettles.
Right. I was born in 1980, and I guess my father had a love for Graig Nettles, the third baseman, wizard of the Yankees, and I guess he thought that it was a pretty cool, unique spelling of Graig, and figured why not name his second son.
Have you
Graig.
ever painted Graig Nettles?
I have not. However, I have done a drawing of Graig Nettles, which I did when I was probably around 7 or 8, and I remember actually mailing it to him, asking, for an autograph, and I figured, oh, he might think this is cool because I'm named after him, obviously, and mailed it back and autographed it, and even gave me a couple of postcards that were autographed.
Many of us have seen old film of the legendary ball players, but there are very few left who remember what it was like seeing them live. That's where the concept of drawing these historical figures in vivid colors comes from.
That was kind of the appeal to me. Well, one of the main appeals of doing these paintings is that people see, like you mentioned, Babe Ruth at bat. We've seen footage of him swinging, we've seen footage of Gehrig and DiMaggio, and it's all in black and white. It's kind of like this drab world that everybody, that's kind of how most people remember these players, or at least people my age who never got to see these guys play in real life. And I think what really attracted me to doing these paintings was the fact that I very much wanted to make these players look like they were in kind of a current time space, that people could actually see them, and they could even evoke memories of these players that, though they've never seen, they're kind of brought to life anyway.
Graig, amazing stuff. Where can we find it?
You can find my work on my website, which is www.graigkreindler.com. And I also have a Facebook fan page, which I update probably a little more frequently than my website. I actually put works in progress on there every day or two. And you can also see it at the Yogi Berra Museum in Montclair, New Jersey.
Graig may one day have a common ground with many of the sports professionals he has painted. He too may very well have his work displayed in Cooperstown. For YesNetwork.com, I'm Christa Robinson.